What's up, guys? Today I'm playing against Net Chess and Chill, who's rated exactly 1,000. I don't know how he managed to do that, but he got his rating right at 1,000. And he's recording at the same time that I'm recording. And I did decide to just give him white because every time I keep clicking on random, it seems to just be giving me white for some reason. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give him white. And he looks like he's going to go for a London, which actually we did talk about that. He said he plays the London.
All right, here we go. I have the white pieces. We are playing 15-10. So this should be rather nice. I'm not used to playing that way. He is going to let me play the London, which is pretty cool. I was pretty nervous about playing the London against a national master. I do know the opening pretty well. However, I'm not very certain of a few things.
So I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to develop my pieces. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. Actually, I haven't really studied the London from Black's perspective too much, so I don't have a lot of fancy lines or anything. So I think I'm just going to play e6 as well, get my bishop out, castle. And yes, I blocked my bishop. So I think what I'm going to do is play b6, bishop b7. So I do have a backup plan, and this is a setup that's not bad when being Keto over here. So just know that I am thinking about that. Even though it looks like I'm just blocking my bishop in.
I like this move. This move tends to be annoying after I play a move like, okay. So he's being pretty cool. He's letting me kind of play my moves. I think that when he moves the c-pawn, I should move my c-pawn. But I think in the meantime, maybe getting my bishop out is not a bad idea. I could also think about getting the knight out. I think that getting closer to castling is a decent idea. Probably better to get my knight out. Really not 100% sure on that.
All right, bishop to d3. I'm going to go bishop to d6. Not really thinking about too much here. Just would like to castle. And this is a good way to counter this bishop on f4. If he takes me, I'll probably take with the queen, although taking with the pawn is not out of the question either because it does allow me to play e5 here. So we'll see if he's going to take that.
So this is always an annoying move to me. I feel like moving my queen forward is not the way to play. I could just back up, which is what a lot of people do. I feel like my knight should have already been here, probably, for this to be as beneficial as possible to me. I could play something like this and recapture with the queen, but he might just play, well, he can't actually do that. So he can't move over here. Yeah, this is interesting. So I guess backing up is probably what most people do. I could leave the tension and do something like that, but I don't really like playing that way. So I think I'll back the bishop up, which is kind of, he's just winning tempos on me. So
okay, so he goes back, which if I take, he's probably just going to take here, which I think I'm okay with that. And I'll probably play h6 in that situation eventually, maybe not straight away. Let's go ahead and take. And what I'm thinking about here is that a lot of times this opens up the g4 square for either a knight or a bishop. And a lot of times white will play h3 and just, either chase you away or stop you from doing that. But now they can't really do that because of the pawn being here. And so this is something I'm going to keep an eye on as the game goes on.
I'm also spending a little time in the opening, which is probably not ideal. I've spent about a minute. He's over the starting time, which means he hasn't had to explain much as of yet. But I'm excited. This is really cool. I'm pretty nervous, if you can't tell. I didn't want to take and develop his bishop, but maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. This opens up my rook file. I don't know how good that is. I don't like playing the London with this structure. I know that. I like my London bishop.
Now, I do have to keep an eye on this, but one easy thing to do is h6. Now, I don't have to at the moment because this is defended. I think what I'm going to do instead is just develop my knight. And I'm going here because I don't want to block the c-pawn. So usually when you're developing your knights, you're going to put them on c6 and f6. But in queen pawn openings, a lot of times it makes sense to leave, the c-pawn available to be pushed forward. So that's why I'm going here.
So I'm wondering if he's going to play a move like c5 coming soon. He might castle. I could see that. I think that I need to finish developing and decide whether I want to potentially castle kingside or maybe go long.
And I am thinking about fianchettoing, like I mentioned, or maybe just striking with c5. h6 is also a move that I'm probably going to play at some point, but like I said, I don't have to do that right now. Let's go ahead and play b6. We will fianchetto here, and maybe we'll try to sink the knight in here. This could also be an option. I don't know. We'll just see what he's going to do.
So we're back even on time. I think that he might have maybe a slight advantage just because he's not got the doubled pawns. But I think that maybe this is an uncomfortable way for me to play the London typically. I don't like having my pawns look like this. So it looks like he perhaps wants to fianchetto the bishop. So this is interesting. Maybe he wants to just actually push this. That might be the real intention that he's looking for right now. I don't think he wants to castle yet because he doesn't know. I mean, he can honestly castle at any moment. Let's see. I'm going to finish developing. I could play a move like c4. If he takes, I can take. I don't think he'll take, though. He's probably going to play this, and then this is going to weaken my structure a little bit. So I think with that in mind, maybe I can just play a move like that. But I think developing in the meantime is fine. So I'm going to do it and just try and be as solid as possible.
All right, so knight to d2 makes sense, just developing the knight there. Let's go ahead with bishop to b7. That doesn't really change anything that I was thinking about. I mean, yes, you could play e4 or c4, but my position is pretty solid. The reason I can play this quickly is because there's not really like any tension in the position, and so you can get away with playing faster as long as you're playing good moves, right? Like I'm not going to do something crazy without thinking about it, but a developing move where else is this bishop going to go? I could play that fast.
All right, so he fianchettos his bishop. I'm wondering what he want. Like fianchetto is a little scary. It always makes me feel like you're trying to really get the center opened up so that the bishop has a little more vision. I'm not familiar with what he's playing against me, so I'm excited for the analysis to check it all out. Let's see. So I have a move like c3. I could castle. I don't know if I really want to castle. He's lining up this way. And I'm wondering if castling queenside is better. However, I've almost never castled queenside in the regular London. So I'm not 100% sure that that is maybe good at all. A move like this, he can take, I take. He's going to need to move the knight. However, that is opening up room for him to start pushing. I think that I'm spending a little bit of time here, but maybe it's necessary for me. So maybe a move like this, just a slight improving move.
Okay, queen to e2. So he's leaving his options open for castling either way. That's a pretty good move, I think. Trading the battery here. If he wants, he can come down and trade his bishop off. And I'm going to start thinking about which way do I want to castle. Because if I'm not castling this way, then I might want to play something like c5. I could also just play queen e7 and be flexible as well, which I kind of do like the idea of that. h6 and castling kingside looks pretty safe to me. Maybe I would have to be worried about this eventually, but right away I would probably just take it. That seems okay. Queen e7 castles. Yeah, I think I do want to play queen to e7. We have a very similar position here. The exception of placement of the bishop is a bit different. And then the pawn structure changed. Other than that, everything is basically the same.
And he doesn't know which way I'm going to castle yet. I think he assumes that I might go queenside, but we'll see. He could go queenside as well. He has a really nice pawn structure. These pawns are on dark squares, letting his light squared bishop see a little bit. He might actually be trying to fight for the center. I didn't think about that. A move like e5 might be strong if he sets it up a little more. I think right now, if he pushes it, if I take, he can't take, but he might have some in-between move. So I don't think he'll push it right now. I think he'll castle first, probably. He could bring the knight in. That's a move that I deal with often. And actually, it's a fork if I'm not careful. So if I go here, he can take, I take. He plays, he can't play there then. So he's got his queen over here, looking like he wants to castle queenside as well. I am terrified, mortified. Let's see, what do we got? A move like this puts a lot of pressure on this pawn. However, if he just castles, it's relatively defended right now, and he could probably just push it. I wonder if a move like this is decent pinning the knight. Maybe not, but maybe because I could play a move like this and get the knight in. I also think castling right now is probably in my best interest, but he also doesn't want to castle without knowing which way I castle. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's doing. We're kind of playing the same game right now. We have pretty similar looking position. He's almost mirrored me, except for the fact that he's got a better pawn structure on his queen side. I'm gonna castle. Oh man, it is quite frightening to castle over here. I'm gonna do it though.
All right, he does decide on castling queenside. So I think I'm going to attack with something like c5 and try to open up the c file. Now, I could castle straight away and then launch the attack. I could leave my king here and launch the attack right away. Or I could do something else. Now, one option that comes to mind is knight to e4. And the reason I might want to do this is because a lot of times what white needs to do to kind of free up their pieces is to push e4 here, trade or push forward or whatever, and gain space. But if I blockade that, it becomes much more challenging for white to do that. You can't take with the knight because you get forked. You could take with the bishop, but then I recapture. This knight has to go somewhere. You can't go there. You could go here or here or here. Those are kind of awkward squares on the H file. These are awkward, I think. It would probably go here. So that's kind of a good option, I think. H6 also, again, seems like it makes sense. Shuts down this, takes away this square. But I don't really need to play that. I could castle. I could just castle. And it looks kind of scary, but my knight is defending. The issue would be what happens after e4. Takes, takes, takes. Probably fine. I kind of like the idea of blockading it. I don't like that idea. Yeah. Other option, I guess, would be here. But he's castled. I'm not. So I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather probably lock up the center with my knight jumping in. Yeah. So let's go ahead with knight to e4. I think that's a good starting move. Maybe I'll even play f5 and just really sink it in or jump this knight over. And of course, I could still castle either direction. But let's go ahead and just stop e4. That's kind of the main idea.
I need to play a move like b2 probably. And I also think that he's going to probably castle long. He might actually castle. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know what Mr. Nelson is going to play. I'm intrigued to see what he does play. So I'm interested to see what he's going to play. I'm assuming he's going to castle. This is also kind of obnoxious because if I take, he takes, I actually can't take back with my bishop. So if he played that, it would be rather annoying. I think that I need to probably deal with that. Maybe I have a pretty solid position. I actually don't know. So I don't think I should take. Because if he takes, I can't recapture. If I take with the bishop, he takes with the pawn. This is where things start to open up, I'm sure. If I take with the bishop, he takes with the pawn. I need to move my knight then. My knight doesn't have... I don't know if I really want to go here. If I do, he's going to take, I take. And we're starting to get his bishop potentially... Well, he's going to have the pawn there. So if I take, he takes. I bring my knight in. He takes, I take. And we have opened up the file. Maybe I like that. I don't know if I want to give up my bishop for it, though. So I think maybe a move like this is all right. It does take... I think I have to do this. We're going to. I'm going to take with the bishop. Oh, he takes back immediately.
All right, so he does trade with the bishop. Of course, we're going to recapture. And he does a good job of avoiding the fork, right? If you take with the knight, you would have gotten forked. So he avoids that. Now, it does give me the bishop. And we'll see if this guy becomes pretty powerful later on in the game. But right now, the position is pretty locked up. And so I think the knights are going to be just fine.
So I definitely don't want to take back with my knight. That would just hang a piece, right? He's got a bishop over here defending. If I played this, he takes, I take. We have opened things up for sure. Might have this check. He played that really fast, so I'm kind of nervous as to what big mistake I have made. I think knight in is not a terrible move, considering coming back is not necessarily what I want to do. I mean, I could maybe come back here and try and reroute, but I don't know how much good that'll do me either. So I'm going to, I guess, maybe just open things up, and I can rotate back if need be.
It is a bit awkward for this guy. Can't go here. Already talked about these. Actually, this one looks like it just gets trapped straight away. You can't go there. You can't go there. Knight h2. Kind of an awkward square for the knight because where's it going to go from there? I don't really see that happening. This maybe, but I could stop that if I want. No, I guess you could go there anyway. Okay, so maybe knight h2. Knight e5 is the most likely move. Takes. And is that on a weakness? Queen c5. Knight c4 would walk into this. But it gets a little tricky with the check. Takes. He does play 95. So I think I'm going to take and try to attack the pawn. Going back to the line I was just calculating. Can you defend it another way? Queen h5 also defends it. I mean, I could even just take and castle. Fight for control here instead of going for the plan of attacking the king. The thing about attacking the king is I'm kind of behind, right? I haven't castled yet. He's already set up. I don't really feel like that's a great plan at this point. Honestly, not a ton of moves are coming to my mind, so I think I am going to go ahead and just make the trade.
I could play... I don't know what he's going to do. He might not take, right? Like, maybe he just pushes a pawn. I could maybe... If he doesn't take my knight, I could maybe do a move like f4. If he plays this, I can take, fixing my pawn structure again. So he does take. Now I'm rather scared. So I take back. What are we looking at here? I don't want to give this check, right? I want to take first, I think. I think I need to. So if I just give this check, he can just push a pawn and kind of deter my queen.
I mean, I just feel like it's a little bit safer for my king to castle this way than to go here into the open H file. I do have to watch out that I don't lose this pawn. So let's say I castle and queen c4. Just threatening to just take it. What do I play? Yeah, I don't actually have a move there. So maybe I do have to play queen c5 straight away here to not let white do that. Yeah, probably just need to do this, attack the pawn. Expecting maybe, let's see, queen h5, rook h5 could defend. Knight here, bishop here, check, takes. Queen could come in, I castle, and yeah, I guess I'm up a pawn. A lot of work for a pawn, but it's a pawn. What else can white play? We already talked about these, which, okay, you do that, I guess, at that point. Maybe I play g6 and then castle. Okay. So I think queen c5 seems to be the best move that I can come up with at this moment. f4, we have en passant if he takes with the knight. You could take with the knight. The problem is the pawns are just totally messed up. Yeah. All right. So I'm pretty sure queen c5 is a good move here. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Let's play queen c5. Well, that's, like I said, the main threat. And I'm also kind of stopping this idea. Well, I'm not stopping that, actually. Could go there, but then I just take the pawn. I'm creating the first threat on the weak pawn there.
I think my king should maybe move over. I'm pretty frightened right now. So his bishop only has such a good scope right now, but maybe not so important. So if I played this and he en passants, he probably will. I take. He can't take back, and I can maybe then push. I'm assuming he's going to castle soon, but I have done nothing to make his life hard at all. So maybe it's not a good move. I don't want to move this knight up here or anything like that because he can go for just a simple pin, I think. I'm thinking about doing something like this, maybe. If I do play that move, he could just play this, though. Alright, so he is attacking the pawn. If I play a move like that, I just get kicked around. I could move my queen up to defend it. We have even material, so I'm pretty proud that I've made it this far, I guess, with the National Master. I'm sure he is just waiting for me to start making all the mistakes to destroy me. So if I play a move like this, can I just win this pawn? No, because he's going to take here, and he's going to be defending this, which is what I was going to say, was if I play this, doesn't this attack that? Yeah, it does, but it doesn't win me anything. I could play maybe a move like this. I don't think that that works but so well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang on to the pawn the way that I want. If I play a move like that, he can en passant when I take. He can just take. I think we'll try it. I don't know. Maybe it's no good, but I'm going to try.
Okay, so he does go for f4 to try to defend. But after en passant, if you fix your pawn structure, then I take the pawn. If you take with the knight to defend, yes, you temporarily defend. I don't want to take this because the queen would hit my rook. But the long-term consequences of the double isolated pawns probably isn't going to be good. So I think that's a safe move. Takes. And I don't know what I would play. Maybe h6 and get ready to castle. Or rook d8 just to trade, run the king this way, bring the rook, something like that. But I believe en passant has to be the move here, right? Yeah, gotta be.
I'm expecting en passant just because I feel like if you have en passant, you must play en passant. But he might decide no. I would assume he's going to, though, because then he just gets the pawn immediately. So I'm not 100% sure what he's going to play other than that. I guess right now he could just castle kingside, or queenside, excuse me. He could castle kingside. He's just kind of keeping it moving. Oh god. So this is planned. This is planned. I need to be careful that my rook moves before I push this pawn. Probably could have been a little better to take with the knight.
So he does take back that way. So he keeps the nice pawns, but he's just going to abandon this one. Okay. I guess that's fair. So, like we just take, I'm just scanning for any kind of tricks. Check. I would take here. I would just move. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me go ahead, grab the pawn.
So now I'm expecting that, and I can't push this pawn because I could actually. It wins tempo on the queen, but then I'd need to move my rook. He is literally attacking this right now, which is pretty frightening. I could play a move like this, which defends this pawn, because he's just eyeing these squares. His queen is definitely in a good spot. I can't even give a good check or anything. If I play this, he moves his queen. He could move his queen to a really devastating square for me, and I have to be careful because of my rook. So I'm wondering if maybe So if I play this, he can actually probably just take, and then he's up another pawn. So we probably don't want to do that. Um, could play a move like this, which defends all the squares, but then it makes my rooks not connect. I don't know if I want to pin my queen either. So I'm thinking this wins a tempo on the queen, but then it hangs that pawn. So with that in mind, this doesn't look terrible. I think he still has to move his queen. It's just a question of where does he move it. And then I would have to move my rook. I'm going to play it. He is up a pawn, but to me this just seems like all right, maybe? I don't know. My rook is in trouble. I'm also down on the clock a little bit, so I need to probably play a little faster.
Okay, he plays f4. So he stops this, attacks the queen. The rook is temporarily under attack. Of course, I have to deal with the threat on my queen first. I'm thinking about going here. And the reason is I'm trying to create a double attack. So threatening the pawn and threatening the rook at the same time. Do I have any other options? Queen to d5 doesn't I mean, I'm threatening if I want to trade the queen for 2 rooks and also this, but this is more of a double attack. Let's think about what is he going to play. Knight to c4 attacks my queen. I take that. I think I'm pretty happy with that. If he tries to defend this, I'm pretty happy with taking the rook. If he tries to save the rook, I'm pretty happy with taking that. So I think this is good. b3, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Is no check. I don't see any weaknesses that I have to worry about. I think queen a5 is a good move. Play queen a5.
I was so nervous about playing Nelson today. Like I was like, I hope that I don't get beat in 5 moves. I've luckily not done that. All right, so he's attacking my pawn. If I move the king over, that's a move. I could also play. I don't want to do that. I can get in some trouble here. If I play a move, he's attacking this pawn. If I move my king over, I'm thinking he's going to put the bishop here. If I play this, it kind of interposes. I'm going to slide the king over. I think that's what I have to do.
Okay, so he saves this. And I believe now we just grab the exchange. The exchange is when you trade a knight or a bishop for a rook. Don't really see any other moves that make sense. And I don't see any risk to my position if I take that. So let's go ahead. I mean, that's not true. I do see that my light squares are weak, but I'm gonna have time to fix that.
If he brings the bishop over here, I think that I have to play maybe a move like this. I could also maybe think about doing that, but I think that that's really bad because it weakens my dark squares. I could also play a move like this, but I don't think that that is what... Oh. And I blunder. I blundered. It was coming. He knew it was. Oh, gosh. I have to take. Crap. Well, I felt like I did all right until that very moment.
So we could castle and attack like this. Or we could leave the king here and play rook to d8 if I want to castle this way. Or I could castle this way straight away. Now, I don't think I want to do that only because of like queen h5. Well, then I would trade. Maybe queen h2, g4, g5. It looks like I'm giving white some kind of an attack. Maybe the knight comes over. Why do that when I can just castle this way? Now, I have to watch out for these light squares. But if I play king b8, I feel pretty good. The only issue would be if the knight could land on c6. So, for example, castle, queen here. Let's say I play king b8. Knight attacks my queen. I move somewhere. Knight jumps into d4. And that's when I get a little bit worried. Castle's queen here. What if I take that, though, and just move my king? Yeah, I think I could get away with that. So I think castling actually does threaten the knight into maybe knight to c4, knight to b3. I move my queen somewhere. Knight to d4. Do I really want my king? Yeah, that actually is an annoying little idea of the queen and knight just coming here from castled this way. So to avoid that, I could just leave the king here. I mean, the king's pretty safe right where it is. So maybe I just play rook d8. And we castle this way later if we need to. If not, we just stay in the center. Because now I don't really have any weaknesses on my king. I'm not really worried about same things anymore. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. Let's play rook d8.
There was obviously a little lack of coordination in my development right there because my king's side or my queen side is pretty weak. I don't really have any pieces over here that can. I didn't slide my king over to b1 either. Maybe early enough. We'll see in the analysis, but well, this is tough. This is going to be completely lost now. I guess this move would have worked temporarily. Gosh, man. I knew I shouldn't have got myself into that situation. I knew that if I threatened the queen, he just moves his queen and then this has to be what moves next. And he found a weakness in my fort and definitely made it a priority. So it's that national master, man. Beast mode. Beast mode. That bishop was just a little sniper there the whole game. Crap. It's all good. We'll try our best. Try and finish out strong. I'm looking at a move like this just to kind of hit the queen. I don't think it does too much, but maybe gets him off my case a little bit. So I'm interested to see how he wants to finish this. Uh-oh. So it looks like he has found a way. So this isn't going to be a decent move for me, I don't think. I feel like this is kind of got to be what I play. I really don't know, but it's what I'm going to play. And we're going to just cocoon up, maybe. I don't think this is going to work very well for me at all. But I am attacking the queen. I'm assuming he might just maybe move over.
Okay, he does play knight b3. Obviously attacks the queen. Maybe he's going to jump here next. Queen here hits the rook. Also creates the battery. Like that. If he goes here, we could play c5. And on check, we would just probably move. Yeah, and once the knight moves, we might have some back rank mate threats. I think I like the look of that. Let's go queen to d5.
I'm kind of terrified to bring my rook to the d file at all. Okay, so he does move here. Yikes. Does this do anything? It blocks the file, but I don't know if it does anything. Oh, yeah, I need to be careful here. So I'm going to just straight up cocoon up. I'm terrified, mortified.
He plays rook c1. Okay. So what if we just castle now? There's no more threat here. Seems very safe for the king. And then we can start using the other rook. That seems really good. Let's do that.
He never castled the whole game. He left his king in the center. He totally stunned on me. He's a bad dude. Oh, he finally castled, man. Look, 20th move of the game. Interesting. That's awesome. So if I play a move like this, I don't know if that's going to behoove me very much. I think he's just going to maybe wait for me to blunder again. I don't really have a follow-up after something like that. So maybe we just stay here. I can perhaps attack the queen. I don't know. He's done a lot of queen moves this game. So this is maybe my only hope. I don't know. Maybe getting. I feel like my queen. I have to play defense now, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can come in and try and get some pawns.
And I'm gonna start thinking about kicking this knight around with a5 or c5. Now that my king is safe, these moves look very appealing. Chase the knight away. Maybe we infiltrate with the queen after the knight's gone. Something like that. Okay, so he plays e4 first. I think we just go back here. Yep, I'm just going to go back. I didn't have a lot of options. Couldn't go there, couldn't go there, couldn't go there, couldn't go to any of those squares. I only had a couple of options, so I just decided keep the battery and go to a safe square that I can't get chased away from again. So that's why we chose d7. I guess actually b7 would have been okay too, and then we keep attacking over here. But I like this battery because it stops white from fighting for the file.
Definitely don't think I should do this. If I do, he takes, I take, he takes, and I'm just not looking good. Could bring my queen in here. Maybe that works. I don't know. It looks like I'm about to get in some serious trouble. Like if he starts to, he could just build a big file of pieces and probably own me, and then just push. He could probably push these pawns. This is tough. I don't know what to do. I want to play e5. It just looks like it wants to be played, but I don't know. That way I don't have to defend it anymore. Maybe. Now we can maybe move our queen. I don't know what to do. This is tough.
Okay, so he does play e5. And I don't think that changes my plan. I think I still want to play one of these. I like c5 because it stops knight d4. Now, he can't go there anyway right now, so maybe this is better. Very similar. This one I do notice gives up this square. If the knight somehow ever made it there, that would be very annoying. Not easy to do because I've got that controlled. But with that in mind, let's just play the a pawn instead.
I know my rook. I probably shouldn't have pushed the pawn to attack the queen. I probably should have moved my rook in that instance so that I didn't have that issue. Oh, God. And it begins. He's going to kick my knight. I'm going to run out of defenders. This is going to be awesome. This is tough. I don't think I should resign. I want to play on. I can't even play that move. I guess I have this move if all else fails. I'm going to play this to play that. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, a3. I think we still continue with this. Where does the knight go? You can't go here. You can't go here. You can't go here. So you have to go back to a1. Doesn't look good. So let's go ahead and do that.
Here comes a5. Or, excuse me, a4. Yeah. I'm running out of moves. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can only really go here. So, I guess we will. This is rough. I don't know how to make this better for myself, but I don't want to open up anything. I've just played so crappy defensively the whole game. It's not really behooving me.
Definitely don't want your knight stuck in the corner like that. And that's also going to allow me to infiltrate with my queen here. Get on the second rank. And I'm pretty happy about that. Don't really see too many other moves. So I think queen to d2 is basically what we need to do. I'm just scanning for other ideas. But the only other thing that I would consider would be maybe throwing these pawns forward. But I don't know. I really like getting on the second rank, infiltrating with the rooks. Then we can start probably going pawn hunting. Yeah, this just looks real good.
I don't think I have a choice. Yikes. I'm completely lost here. Oh, God.
Okay, so we trade the queens. And like I said, we're going to get the other rook involved first. And then it's probably going to be time to hunt the pawns. Okay, he's actually going to give me this one, so I'll just go ahead and take it straight away.
Yeah, this is tough. I don't even know what to do. Don't even know what to do. I want to push this pawn to get this knight somewhere in the world, but I don't think it'll work. He's going to just double up and eat me. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, c4. So he's trying to get the knight out, which I think is probably a smart decision. I think what I'm going to do is come over here and grab this pawn. Then I'll have a bunch of passed pawns. Looks really nice, so let's do that. While he is, taking the time to get the knight out.
He's got 5 minutes. I've got 2 minutes. I'm completely getting my butt kicked now. This is awesome. This is what I signed up for. All right, he's going for the pawns. I don't think I can defend anything. If I play this, he's just gonna check me.
Okay, he's trying to defend, but we're going to just keep attacking here. I could even go to the D file and threaten this, which would stop the knight from coming into the game. Yeah, that looks really good. Let's do that.
Oh God, here it comes. Here comes the boom. I think my knight has to. I don't know. I have to get my knight involved. He's gonna give me a check.
So that's checkmate if he plays knight. Oh, no, it's not. The king actually can run. I forgot about that. It's not checkmate, but still, we can get 2 rooks on the 7th or 2nd rank. And I could even go check and then go behind. Oh, but it's not pinned. He could just... Oh, it is pinned because if he moves it, I take this. And you can't defend the knight. Yeah, okay. So that probably wins the knight. Probably wins the knight. Have to go here.
I don't know what to do. This is really tough. It sucks when you're down a bunch of material. Oh God. Only move.
And then I think we just do this. I guess there's this move. Takes, he's still going to get a rook, but it's a winning endgame, so I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, you know what's interesting? He could actually go here, threaten checkmate. If I take that, I lose the game. That's funny. But I could play g6 or something. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't allow that, so I could just go here instead. Yeah, okay, let's do that. We'll go this way. I just didn't want to allow the rook to come in like this.
He's gonna see that, right? Got to. Oh no. This is where it all goes to crap. So I'm gonna get checkmated here, huh? I don't think I have anything. Could come back. He's gonna give me another check, maybe. No. If I do this, he just takes anyways. I take. He takes. I think I have to do that. I don't know. I have to defend somehow. This is my only way.
Okay, so he's defending everything, but everything is kind of tied up. So maybe we just go like this and grab the pawn. Because you can't really move the knight or I take this. You can't really move the rook or I take that. You can't really move the king anywhere else that helps you. And other than that, all you have is some pawns. So yeah, let's just do king f8. Also, gets me out of the back rank checkmate problem, so I can move here if I need to. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. But we have a very simple plan. Just come up here, take the pawn, start pushing these guys, something like that.
There's got to be a way to go about it. I'm actually kind of interested to see what he decides to do. How is he going to decapitate me? I feel pretty solid here. Oh, he's going to bring the king. No. 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 I'm surviving for my life here. I can't move anything. I can't move anything. Oh my God, this sucks.
And I think rather than take and allow the rook to come in like this, I'll just push by. I'll just push by.
Ah, big mistake on my part, I guess. Oh God, I have nothing. I can't move anything. I can't move my pieces. I'm gonna have to take here. Oh, he doesn't even do it. He's just gonna. Oh no. Oh no. Run. Oh, I want to do this, but he's gonna take, and then I'm screwed. Um. Oh God, what do we do? I don't think this works because he's just gonna take with check, and I don't have anything. Can't do that. I'll get checkmated pretty much immediately. I can't move anything. This is awesome. I can't move anything. Oh God, what do I do? I don't know. I just gotta move something. He's gonna walk his king all the way to me.
Okay, he pushes the pawn, and really there's not any moves for white. It's kind of a case of Zugzwang where there's just nothing to move, right? You can't move the rook, you can't move the knight, you can't really move the king. And I think that's what he's finding right now. There's just no moves.
I didn't want to do that because it was blocking these dark squares from his king, but now his king can just come on in. Oh, Lord. I don't know what to do. I can't move here. I'm basically screwed.
Okay, so he's gonna try to get the knight involved, but in doing so has to give up the B pawn as well as the second rank.
Checkmate. Oh, man. Slide over. I don't know.
Now, I could go here and threaten checkmate, but he could just stop it by moving his king. I could go here and threaten checkmate, which is harder to deal with. He could still stop it, but then I can force a rook trade. That looks pretty good. Let's do that. So we're threatening the checkmate. Rook to d3 probably is the only move, or king here to block. Other than that, I don't see any options for white.
I lived. I'm alive. Does this work? Probably not, right? This is what I'm doing. He's gonna win the pawn. I'm screwed. This is just so losing.
Okay, that actually is an option. That's another option because he gives his king a place to run to. But it allows me to trade, which, you know, simplifies everything. We can grab the pawns.
Oh, crap. I have nothing. I have nothing. Oh, no. Oh, no. It all falls apart. I'm attacking you. He's got so many pawns. No. No. Thank you.
I'll go here, and I may just sack the rook just to go into an easy endgame. And you can, you know, kind of choose which pawn you want to use.
Ah. This is tough. This is awesome. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna run. Running. I was running. I can't go anywhere. I'm about to get checkmated in the middle of the board. We're doing this. Oh no. Uh. Crap. I don't know what to do. No.
Let's bring the queen here, and then we can just do something like this. Or you know what? Let's just use the king.
No. No. Good game, dude. Good game. That was so fun.
All right. Good game, Net Chess and Chill. We're going to do a little discussion after the game. So if you want to see the game review and hear us talk about it, I'm going to link that in the description. It'll be on his channel, so make sure you go check that out. Big thank you to Net Chess and Chill for playing me. Hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Stay sharp, play smart, and take care.